Free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this? Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
Happy 5th anniversary to the GOAT right there. And I want you to look at this and think about your future and what you are gonna do. Okay? Why? Friday, perfect example. We open here, right? I said it's gonna rip for the first half hour. Why do I tell you this? Because not claiming to be Dustin Hoffman, but definitely have some of that going on upstairs, right? And then I yelled into the mic right here to sell all your shit. Then I said I would be back at 5:40 my time to buy the dip. And I did that. And then we decided end the day to wait on the MOC to grab calls into the weekend. Why? Because we read the premium. And here's ES. And they closed at 111%. I just want to show you guys. Monday. Right? 540. By end of day, gap up. So, does Tuesday repeat on Monday? That is the burning question. I think yes. And you can check out Justin and Todd's epic charts in the chat. If we dump on CPI, okay, next week you will be range bound. You're gonna put in a high on Monday and then probably have a shot to break through end of the week. Now, a lot of geopolitical stuff. I mean, look at this. Here's another thing. Why do I always yap about US 500 or ES and SPX and SPY? Because all the charts are different, right? All of them are different. This ES chart is really bullish if this starts curving up, right? Now, if you have a failure on Tuesday, we got that 631 SPY ghost, okay? We also had the 621 ghost. So those are your ES targets. That's your range from here to here. So we're building a huge range. And what will most likely happen is that this will bust through, go put in a really nice high in September, and then come down and chop around before Santa comes to town early and we absolutely rocket out of here. And that will be your exit liquidity rally. Absolutely. So, I posted in the Full Moon Circle, and if you want to be a member, you can always go and change your membership from Moonraker to Full Moon, right? And join us on our weekly meeting. Every time for the last 5 that you've had a bearish engulfing candle followed by an inside candle, on SPX, not on ES, but on SPX, you've gone higher the next week. So we will be in full dip buying mode. Now let's see, we have this daily candle above the Bollinger here, almost, right? So if we can pop and then we drop, anybody with half a brain is gonna be trying at least down here. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Now, this is the best move on Friday, 500%. Premiums made no sense. I said that on Thursday. I said it on Friday morning. They made no sense, right? I also said just watch it. Boom, falls down, puts in a double bottom from here. Clear rotation move, end of day Friday bogus. Both the 290s, boom, 500%. So, this is what I wanted to, this was the point. I can, point out a bunch of trades and this and that. But let's look at last week. Where could you have made like serious money? I just want to point this out to you. Okay? Here, that was the one I slept in on. And then this move here, right? And the gap up. Nothing here, this move, right? And the gap up. And the gap up. So, if you're not willing to take these moves based on the MOC or the premium, you're getting killed in this chop, this chop, this chop, this chop, right? You're getting killed, you're giving away money. You should not be there unless you feel confident enough when I post what I'm doing on SPX to take moves like this is a major move. I called it to the fucking minute. I said that this move would come when we were here. Again, just pointing out like, what are you doing trading this? But then you don't want to take a risk here. Or we're ripping here and you're waiting on confirmation. If you save all the money and nerves from this, you would probably be more inclined to take the moves, right? We knew that this is not selling. This is controlled selling, rotation. For schmucks, I mean, the puts didn't pay here. They were just draining call premium. Why? Because they wanted to make money on ripping it up. Same thing here. This was that emotional trade, right? That we were laughing about. We made a fuck ton of money on this move. What are you doing trading this? Absolute garbage day. Sold for no reason, chopped. Did make some money on this, but like, then you gotta be real with yourself. If it's not getting through the Bollinger, you got the MACD maxed out and the Stowe maxed out, and you're waiting on some news that's not coming. It's not gonna go higher. Same thing here on Monday, right? I did catch that move. That was the good move right there, intraday. The rest are shit if you missed this. So you gotta pick your spots. You have to play the extreme. If you think that we're in a bull market, you have to have patience to wait for those extreme readings and not fuck around in the middle. And again, early high, early low either can play out or they fail, and then they have a chance to redeem themselves at the end by either gapping up or the pattern fails, and in that case you would probably go fill this gap on Monday. You can even on Monday gap up and crap all the way down here. In the bigger picture of things, would that change anything at all? The answer is no. Right? So I'm going into this next week thinking, okay, there's a decent chance not only do we close that gap, okay, we might even revisit this gap down here. So if you have a sell from here that just gaps down underneath the Bollinger Band on the 200, do you think it'll springboard up? If it's here, absolutely. A third or fourth try this level, I'm not so sure. So mark that level, have an alert on it short under here if we get there. That's your confirmation. So wouldn't you rather than, if you think you're gonna eat shit, have puts up here? Because then otherwise you're gonna miss the whole move. So play the extreme, buy the fear, sell the FOMO. Hardest thing. Everybody has different levels of discipline. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason I walked away from here to here. I'm not gonna contribute anything to you or myself by staying in here or staying in this. It's pretty clear, like, you rip, you're gunning for a high in the final hour, you got it, get the fuck out, wait to see what the reaction to the MOC is and write it up. You shouldn't be doing anything else. Okay. With that said, watch JPM. It's been completely now squished. It looks shit. It looks like it should fall out of the sky. But again, look here. Bollinger Pierce, now it can be used as a tool to bring this market up. Right? At the same time, we got a new Nvidia Phantom and super bullish news. I'm sure you saw it. That target didn't hit all week. It's just a pre-market hit, right? But we have a new Phantom that I just posted. Okay. Tesla. No reason why this didn't rip. I mean, we caught this whole thing too, but there's no reason this didn't rip end of the day. It'll consolidate next week. It's got a Phantom. It'll probably hit on Monday right there. And this is kind of one of my favorite plays going into next week. Why? Because you got that EV tax mandate cutting out in September. So you're gonna get a lot of people buying EVs that have nothing else to do with their money. So I wouldn't be surprised if we soon see it up here. And I am going to be a buyer this week. Look at that. First daily MACD green stickeroni. And you got a cross, right? So question now becomes, do you believe that the inflation report is gonna be cool or not? Meaning, if you believe that it's gonna be cool and the move is up, you obviously gotta get in on Monday. If you believe we'll get a dip, you wait till Tuesday. Okay, without knowing that, let's say the move is up. Do not fucking touch anything until Wednesday afternoon and catch the premium juice from Wednesday to Thursday's top. Okay? Supposedly, you're gonna have that meeting here. CPI there. What else is going on? Well, Microsoft had banging earnings. Friday inside day. If this can reclaim the 9, this is going back fast. Because Microsoft is what brought us up from the depths of hell all summer. Finished off with banging earnings and has sold off. Or if CPI is shit, you get that gap fill, that's when you buy it. So both Tesla and Microsoft are like number one for me come Tuesday into close to add swings, probably for next week. If we dump, it would be a perfect opportunity to kill the call side, right? But I don't know if that's gonna happen. Meta, last time Meta had a huge gap up on earnings, right? It spent some time just consolidating and then it started grinding, okay? Is this going higher? Yeah, this is gonna go to 950, no doubt in my mind. So we got higher targets for Nvidia and Meta overall for end of the year. At some point, cooling racks are gonna start pushing again. Glad we didn't play that earnings. That would have sucked, right? Still huge numbers though. Favorite swing, and Dom had posted and I've posted about it. Hedge funds are buying this. I think this is pretty much waiting on those pharmaceutical tariffs to see what happens. At some point it will retrace back to 300, no doubt about that, and it's gonna do it soon. Don't miss that move. App, we'll keep an eye on this if it gets in. I guess there was no news, I'll be selling that on Monday. But this week we caught one of the biggest IB flushes in a long time. We were looking for these to do the same. It kind of didn't even mess with it. Qubits, right? Had earnings, didn't play it, but RGTI has earnings this week, I believe. I'm gonna be looking at that. Hood, I'll probably be selling that early as well. What else? Palantir. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. For those of you who trade Palantir, I don't trade it a lot. I've never in my trading career seen a monthly RSI at fucking 96. This will pull back soon. But I've never seen an RSI reading there. So just, is it going to 200? Possibly, but you know, day trade it maybe, or if you're holding it, then yeah, maybe you want to scale soon. Google, we caught that, I think it was this move we caught on Google. Yeah, on those 205s, we caught a nice move on it. It's been really strong here as of late. It also has a date with all-time high. Might come next week if the market's strong. But again, last time it did that right there. It did go higher, but then puked on earnings. Now it's not earnings time. Apple, finally back. Absolute huge move. Will I be trading it? I'm gonna be trying to catch the move of some Apple money into Microsoft again, unless they just send this back to all-time highs, which would be crazy. But yeah, I know Timbo caught some, could have held some runners, whatever. Huge move, helped the market tremendously. Okay, now true inflation. This is Truth Social. True inflation says. So true inflation says that inflation has dropped. So on Monday, if we have a gap and crap day, and the MOC shows a buy, I'm gonna buy those calls into Tuesday. Okay? So again, the plan is organic and it lives all the time. And we adjust with it. Next week, blah blah blah. We're basically playing open, seeing if we're gonna get failed pattern, right? Tuesday, pre-market CPI, core inflation forecasted to come in hot, inflation rate month over month lower, inflation rate year over year same. Okay? Red Book, the report. Wednesday, nothing burger of a day. Fed Goolsby, who cares? Now you got Besant at the IRS, yeehaw. Thursday, core PPI, jobs, gonna move the market. Japan data, China data. Friday, retail, Michigan. This is always a good one. All right, if that number is good when it comes out, the market is gonna rip. If it's bad, the market sells. Okay. Besides that, let's see if we have any fun earnings coming up. I think we have a bunch of stuff. You got Big Bear, you got OKLO, you got Archer. You gotta look out for those flushes, right, guys? GoPro has kind of been a meme stock. You have probably Home Depot here on this day, I think. Dom had posted a ghost. RGTI, CoreWeave, Kava, JD. So yeah, some fun. Now let's take a look and see here. Where are you? As we always do. There we go. Monday is gonna be what, the 11th. We're not going to 6:45, I don't think. So, thing is, Trump obviously and Putin are meeting and everything's like yeah, and he comes out and says we're gonna swap some land, and then Zelensky comes out and says we're not swapping shit. So we gotta keep an eye on that and do it live, right? It was the 11th, Tuesday. Looks like we're gonna hold 6:35 on Tuesday. Let me reload this real quick. That would be epic, but there we go. So if CPI is bad, you can get that knife all the way down there to the 621 spot, right? And then it'll probably take a week for these to get going again, but you can chop the range. But that's why we don't want to get caught in that, okay? We'll play with the MOC, we'll play it light. Wednesday still has us in that range. Thursday starting to show some stickeroni action right there. Friday gonna be lit. I mean, next week's Friday shows that as a big stick. Very difficult week coming up. So again, just to, push my point, let's be in for the moves. Let's not sit in any chop. Remember, the market's also going to be there after. Right? With that said, guys, God bless. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Monday. Keep your eyes on the beaks, as always. Later.